What's up, guys? Today we're not going to be working on a 240SX. Today we are working on a 2018 Toyota Camry SE, and we're going to be changing this front bumper because even though this side looks good and the front looks good, this side, I think there's something missing. Yeah, so unfortunately this car hit a bumper on the highway that was late in the highway because they didn't see it, and that bumper ended up damaging this bumper on this car. So hey guys, if your bumper falls off on the highway, pull over safely, grab it, or call somebody so they can grab it so other cars don't run into it. But unfortunately this was some bumper on bumper crime. Luckily we were able to find a replacement. Just gotta walk over here. Such a beautiful day out today. It's nice and windy, so we have a cool little breeze. So on Amazon, ta-da! It's not OEM, it is aftermarket. However, there was many good reviews on this company, so we decided to pull the trigger. Paid a little bit extra to have it pre-painted. The paint looks pretty freaking good for what it is. I think we could polish and compound it and make it shine like even more. But right out the box, it looks pretty good. Did have to put a little bit of heat on it as the edges were kind of folded in with shipping. And you notice this middle portion is kind of pushed in a little bit. But I think once we get it mounted up, it's gonna get it to conform to how it's supposed to be. All right, so before we get started, make sure your car is properly jacked up and supported. There are some bolts on the underside of this front bumper that we're gonna have to get to later on. To start, let's go ahead and remove these plastic clips that are holding this plastic cover on. Just in case you guys are wondering, these clips are pretty easy to take off. All you have to do is just push the centers down and then grab it by the outside and it just pulls right out. All right, so the top panel is removed. There's 4 10mm bolts that we're gonna take out, as well as 2 pins. So we have these 2 in the front. Here's a 10 on the side, and here's one of the pins. And here's the other pin and the other 10mm. All right, got all of the bolts and clips taken out. There's also one connector for the sensors on the back side of the bumper. So we're gonna pull this one off. All right, next we're gonna handle the underside of this bumper. There's some 10s, as you can see, all along the front portion. So let's get all of that stuff removed next. On this particular car, there's some 10s that are missing. I guess they were probably ripped out during the impact of hitting the other bumper. So your car may have more 10s than what you see under here. Okay, just so I don't forget, these are the clips for the plastic panel. This is for the bumper on the top portion. This is for the bumper on the bottom portion. And these are the 2 mismatched pieces that was holding the middle of that splash guard on the bottom. And this piece right here is what was holding the splash guard up against the fender liner on the driver's side. And man, look at this splash guard. It is in rough shape. It's kind of shattered, broken right there. But I mean, the majority of the structure is there, so I mean, it's reusable. Okay, moving right along, we're gonna remove the side parts of the bumper where the fender area is at. So you would want to disconnect it from the fender liner, but the impact that damaged the bumper kind of did that for me. Looks like there should be some sort of pin or something right there in its past life. So we'll have to replace all these with new ones for the new front bumper. But other than that, very gently just start prying this out. And this is all clips under here that'll pull out. So be gentle and work this guy off. Repeat the same thing for the other side. This is one funny looking car without a front bumper. Interesting. All this foam and plastic bits. That came off pretty straightforward. Take off all of these black accent pieces and transfer it over to your new bumper. Super straightforward. Just remove any of the screws. Looks like they're all Phillips head screws. take it off here, put it on a new one. All right, so all the trim pieces have been swapped over from the old bumper with the broken corner all over to this new bumper. Not gonna lie, this probably took the most time. There is a ton of clips back here and Phillips screws to take out. This top grill portion is one piece. The side vents are separate pieces, and then pretty much everything else is one large piece. So take your time and you'll get through it. But we got everything swapped over successfully, so now we're gonna put it back on the car and reinstall in the reverse order that we took everything off of.